Alicia Dupree from Lux Interior Design in Williamsport, and we're going to talk about home staging and how it will benefit you as a home seller. Lisa?
Alicia, thank you so much for bringing me in on this. This is a subject that is very near and dear to my heart, and I'm excited to help sellers learn a little bit more of the importance of this. My name is Lisa Dupree. I'm the owner of Lux Interior Design Co. My passion for creating beautiful homes and beautiful homes within your home started about 24 years ago, but I am a certified interior decorator, stylist, stager, and designer for about 10 years now.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm so happy that you agreed to do this with me. Looking forward to it. And I am Alicia Shaffer. I'm a Susquehanna Valley realtor with Iron Valley Real Estate in Mid-Penn. I'm based out of the Selinsgrove office, but I work anywhere from Snyder County all the way over to Bloomsburg. So I cover a wide area. I do specialize in Danville and Lewisburg. I'm there a lot. But I love helping people sell their homes for top dollar or find their next best home. So staging is also important to me in my line of work. So Lisa, staging, what is it?
Staging is strategically placing your furniture and decor throughout your home to optimize the flow, interest, and to create the greatest appeal for a potential home buyer.
Awesome. And knowing that, why is it important for sellers to consider staging when they're thinking about selling their home?
The importance of staging is critical to helping a buyer see the potential within a home. It's an opportunity for a designer to sculpt and highlight the most desirable architecture and design cues. Simple and small transformations will help your property spend up to 88% less time on the market and could help you sell your home for about 24% above asking price. One other small tidbit of information that's key for sellers to understand is that when potential home buyers are on the internet and they're looking at homes and they're looking at pictures, 40% of buyers will show more interest in going and looking at a home that is professionally staged and looks the most appealing compared to the others that they have looked at.
Right. And I've seen that firsthand. I mean, even during the craze after COVID, I remember showing a house where they had done professional staging, and even though it was already a busy market and we weren't seeing that a lot, that house, I think it went under contract the same day it went on the market. So it does definitely make a big difference, in my opinion. So how can sellers prepare their house? How can they prepare for staging? What's that process look like?
To prepare for you to put your home on the market for its fullest potential, you really need to start with an open mind. Change can be hard. Moving furniture around, neutralizing rooms, decluttering, and the elimination of maybe some of your loved decor items might be necessary just so your home shows to the fullest potential that it possibly can.
Right. And that can be an emotional process, right? Like, I know I have my own particular design style, but it might not be what would appeal to the most people. And I'm not the professional
Definitely.
with
Yeah.
that. So it can be hard to let go of those pieces that you may have taken years to collect and that you're very proud of, but could it potentially hurt the sale of your house?
Agreed.
Okay. All right. So do it yourself or hire. Why should someone consider hiring versus doing it themselves?
DIY staging can be extremely difficult. You may have an emotional attachment that doesn't allow your home's fullest potential to come through. A trained professional has the ability to appeal to the masses. our interest lies in making your home stand out from the others and ultimately help you receive the highest offer possible in the shortest amount of time that it can be on the market.
So you have 5 strategies that you talk about when you're talking to sellers about considering selling their home. Can you talk a little bit about each of these?
Sure, I have them laid out for you here, 1 to 5, from my opinion, in the order of most importance. So, first is decluttering. An abundance of quote unquote stuff leans towards making a house feel too small, cramped. Maybe you really truly don't have enough storage space or things like that for your items, and it will cue potential buyers in thinking that there just maybe isn't enough space for them. The next one, depersonalization. When buyers see pictures of you enjoying your home, they lose their focus on them envisioning themselves living um, with their family in your home. They're focusing on what they're seeing you and your family do within the home. Um, Third on the list is clean, clean, clean. Again, it interrupts the buyer's focus, thinking about how the home was cared for. Um, it doesn't allow them to keep their focus on buying it and feeling like they could live comfortably in it because they're worried about how it was cared for.
Right. And
Um,
even a fresh coat of paint under
yeah,
this under this section, I think can make things look so clean and bright.
definitely.
Yeah.
Um, Fourth, neutralizing on the list. 95% of the time, you want to strive for a light, airy, open, fresh feel. Um, I do love myself some moody, darker rooms or like an accent wall with that. So that's why I say 95%. If they see a light, open, airy feel, then they will take it upon themselves to think about, oh, how do I want to make it my own? Because they pretty much have like a clean palette. And then last on the list, furniture placement. Buyers don't always have the ability to envision how they would use a space. Guiding them with a beautifully staged home can leave them with an emotional response, making your house unforgettable.
I love that. And that's something I'm not an interior designer, obviously. So when I see a staged house, would you say it like helps people envision what the possibilities are for when they move in? It helps them to envision it better,
Yeah,
get creative.
100%. Yeah, if they
Yeah.
have a clean palette and everything looks nice and things are placed in an appropriate type, quote unquote, appropriate placement,
Yeah.
it just helps them understand how to create a flow. Some might take it as far as feng shui. So there's definitely a lot of consideration that needs to be put into placement of your decor and your large pieces of furniture, and then just keeping that open feel.
Love it. Okay. So for anyone watching the presentation, our contact information is at the bottom here if you have any questions, but I do have a couple of questions for you, Lisa. Um, so when we think about interior design and staging, my mind automatically goes to the interior. So talk about exterior. What can we do to increase curb appeal? And also, do you provide that as a service as a stager?
Yes, we do. We'll touch inside, outside of homes. We'll do whatever it takes to sell your home as fast as possible. Curb appeal, it is the first thing that they see. It is the start of the process of them um, feeling within themselves emotionally. Do they love it or do they hate it? And what they would do different if they're not liking something. So 100% curb appeal. It's the face of what you have going on, and it's the start of like leading the story into your home and just making your house stand out from the others.
Yeah, and from a sales point of view, um, I'll, I think the statistic is like 95% of people are looking online. However, you might have neighbors that know people that want to move in. Anybody driving by and that sees the sign in the yard, the first thing they're going to see is curb appeal. That's going to make them say, wow, that looks nice. Let me get online and see what it looks like on the inside. And then that leads to wanting to do a showing. So I do think it's important. And it is the first impression that people get. So what about people that are still living in the home? So when I think of staging, I think most of the staged houses that I've seen on the market are vacant. People have already moved. Um, so what are your tips if somebody's still living in the home to keep living without interrupting their lives too much, but still keep it show ready?
Right. It's pretty important at that point, if you're still living in the home, is to keep your eye on the prize. We're here to help you sell your house as quickly as possible and for as much money as possible. So, if you go that extra mile and you have professional help staging, then you just want to keep everything pretty much where it is. It's the point in time where you have to maybe just live as minimal as possible, put things back after you've used them, just keep tidying up. It's really important to just keep it show worthy all the time.
Right. And ideally, especially if you're going the extra mile, hiring a professional realtor and a stager, hopefully your home isn't going to be on the market that long, not more than a few weeks. So yeah, just keeping my advice to my clients a lot is take everything out that it's not a necessity and maybe get a storage unit, or if you already have the home you're moving into, just moving that stuff into the garage until you can get there to get it in, because that helps with like the decluttering and keeping things the way they are when the stager does the job. So I love that. um let's talk a little bit about the cost. What can people expect to pay um a stager to have their home staged?
Um, Across the board in the United States, it's becoming more and more popular. So it's typically 1% of what you're putting your house on the market for. Um,
Okay.
Sometimes that might seem like it's a lot. So I definitely will do uh, home staging for people focusing on, a la carte. You focus on the rooms that are like the most important as to put out there, like the living room and the kitchen, sometimes the master, especially if you have an ensuite. There's some of the rooms that you want to focus on first. So with me offering my services, like I said, it could be a la carte. You could range from $100 to $600 per room typically,
Okay.
depending on if I'm just rearranging, if I need to neutralize some paint colors. Um, if it's a full blown, I have to, you know, bring in all of the decor for the whole entire room, then it can range up there to more like $600 per room.
Okay, cool, that's good to know. And just a shameless plug here, if you work with me and select my highest package, staging is included. So but yes, it's good to know, if someone's on a budget and they just want to prioritize rooms that they know need, the biggest impression is the living room, kitchen, um, master, especially if there's an ensuite, like you said. So that's great to know. All right, I think that's all I have. Um, like I mentioned, if anyone else has any questions, our contact information is here. You can reach out to Lisa or myself. Um, we work together, so um, you may see her if you hire me to come out and take a look at your house. So thank you.
Thank you.